Jose Romero's Day of the Dead.
Right, you want a full-blooded, unfiltered, sit-down-and-listen review from yours truly? Fine, get a brew. Because Day of the Dead, 1985, is a film that requires a proper Yorkshire breakdown. If Night of the Living Dead was the warning and Dawn was the shopping trip, Day is what happens when the rent is due, the heating's gone off, and you're trapped in a cellar with three blokes you absolutely cannot stand. It is the rawest, angriest film Romero ever put his name to, and frankly, it makes a wet Tuesday in Batley look like a carnival. The whole thing is set in an underground missile silo in Florida. Now, Florida is supposed to be sunny, but you wouldn't know it. It's grey, it's damp, and it looks exactly like the storage bunker beneath the Dewsbury Library where they keep the old chairs. The world outside is finished. The dead outnumber the living by hundreds of thousands. And what do the last remnants of the human race do? They band together? Do they have a nice cup of tea and a chat about how to sort it out? Do they, heck? They spend 90 minutes screaming at each other until the wells shake. You've got the mad versus the cruel. Two factions down there, and honestly, I'd rather spend a night in an haunted vicarage than 5 minutes with either of them. You got the real gentleman, Bob. The only person in the entire film with an ounce of dignity is Bob, and Bob is a zombie. Logan's got him chained to a wall, and Bob is sitting there listening to a Sony Walkman, trying to remember how to shave, and saluting the officers. He's magnificent. He's got more soul than the living lads. When he hears that music, you can see a spark of humanity behind his clouded eyes. I tell you, if Bob walked into Sid's Super Chippy on a Saturday night, I'd buy him a large haddock and a portion of scraps just for being polite. He's a gentleman compared to Rhodes. Now, we have to talk about Tom Savini's practical work here, because it's the absolute pinnacle. There are no digital pixels here, no computers doing the heavy lifting, while some workshy editor drinks coffee. This is proper, old school, rubber, foam and pig intestines. It's brutal. When the bunker finally gets breached, because of course it does. You can't keep a door locked if you've people acting like daft apits. The gore is spectacular. When Rhodes gets his comeuppance, he gets torn clean in half by a crowd of the dead. And what does he do? He looks down at them and yells, "Choke on 'em!" while they're walking off with his midsection. Now, that is West Yorkshire grit, and if you're going to go out complaining. I loved it. Now, this gets 4 stars from me. Bleak, bloody, and brilliant. It loses 1 star because it's so loud. My ears were ringing by the end from all the military lads shouting at top of their lungs. But as a piece of filmmaking, it's an absolute masterpiece of claustrophobic dread. It shows you that the real monster isn't the dead lad trying to bite your arm off. It's that bloke next to you that's completely lost his head. If I ever end up in a missile silo during an apocalypse, I'm locking the military in the garage, putting Bob in charge of the tea and keeping me jar of pickled eggs close at hand.